when a team gets a lead, they start playing defensively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They start playing not to give up the lead. They're no longer trying to score any points. They're playing defensively. I feel that's exactly what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel we are playing this defensively because we are so afraid of making mistakes and screwing this up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Writing with Russo. I'm here with the guy, man. He is the namesake himself. He is the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. He is the former WWE head writer, former WCW head writer, former TNA head writer. Man, this guy is also Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. You're the head writer there too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Man, he knows how to head right, man.
Yeah.
Clearly, 3 major promotions and one very, very hot and ascending promotion right now.
Very nice.
In Colorado. All decide to make him head writers. Clearly, something's working, ladies and gentlemen. So he is Vince Russo. How are you, man?
I am doing, Chris. I'm doing good, Chris. I am doing good, Chris. Thank you for that introduction.
Absolutely, man. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Wyatt Sicks. The Wyatt Sicks, man. We are commissioned to talk about the Wyatt Sicks. As of this recording, we had we had them for the first time appear in a ring, specifically Uncle Howdy, but they booked him as if Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas, and Bo Dallas is just Uncle Howdy in the mask. There's no distinction between the two anymore. Uncle Howdy is not his own separate entity. He's not a alter ego. He's just, hey, I'm Bo Dallas. Now I'm mad, and I'm Uncle Howdy. I'm going to give it to you and the Sister Abigail. Before we go into what we were asked, help me understand this, Vince, and maybe you're just as confused as I am with this. So there were several incarnations of the Wyatt family that didn't work when Bray Wyatt was alive. How is this going to work with him not being any type of mind or influence in it whatsoever? What is going to make this work that the several incarnations of the Wyatt family when he was alive didn't work?
Chris, we were, before we came on here, you and I were talking about sports, right? And bro, how like you see this especially in basketball, but you see this in all sports. Okay, bro, you see in all sports when a team gets a lead, they start playing defensively. They start playing not to give up the lead. They're no longer trying to score any points. They're playing defensively. I feel that's exactly what we're doing here. I feel we are playing this defensively because we are so afraid of making mistakes and screwing this up. And that's why this is going at a snail's pace. Rather than move this along, I really believe they are trying their best for this not to fail. And I think, man, if you are writing that way off the bat, man, I think that is only going to present trouble for you down the line.
I 100% agree with that, because I think that's a good analogy too, because that's definitely my language when it comes to sports, especially college football, huge college football mark.
Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
As an Ohio State fan, I've been an Ohio State fan for nearly 40 years at this point, and one of the biggest critiques that I have for Ohio State football is oftentimes we don't play to win, we play not to lose.
Yeah.
And so, and that's a huge difference. I mean, look, if you're playing to win, it ain't my fault that we're 4 touchdowns up. That ain't my fault. I mean, you step your game up, get your practice together, get your recruits better. We're going to play our ball. If you don't catch up, we're not going to slow down for you, right? And I think that the problem is when you play to lose and you play defensively, you're giving the opponent life. You're giving them hope. You're giving them a chance, even if they're down 2 touchdowns and you put in your second string to get some reps. Nah, you better keep your first string up until we're about 3 or 4 touchdowns in, right? But if you're still playing on the defense and playing not to lose now, you're letting your foot off the gas, and that's giving the opponent hope, and that's giving the opponent some type of, ability to say, okay, maybe we're in this again. I think you brought up a really good point when it comes to the Wyatt Sicks as far as what they're booking as well. I think what the problem is that they're playing not to lose because they had so many close calls with the Wyatt family, and they got it. They're being really delicate with it. But the problem is, what I see is y'all were too delicate with the Wyatt family incarnations. Y'all didn't allow Bray to go all the way out there. Y'all wanted to reel him in. It's better to go all the way out and reel him in than to go too short, and now you don't have anything to pull back. You know what I mean? And so I think at this point, you got to let the Wyatt Sicks thing go all the way out and then reel it in. But I think for me, it's just it's just coming a little bit too short, man. It looks like a B-rated version of the Wyatt family stuff. Like I don't see a distinction. I want to see a huge distinction, but now you're having Uncle Howdy come in, and now he's doing the Wyatt pose, and it's just not the same to me. And so that goes along with what we're about to discuss now is Alexa Bliss. And so, Alexa Bliss, I saw some videos that she was training. She's doing her splats finisher. She's back in the ring, getting some reps in. She was playing wife and, family gal for a while now, just kind of chilling, which I think is great, by the way. And so now, as you work with wrestlers for many, many years. A lot of them get that itch to return back. And so this may be the case. Do you think she will affiliate? Do you think the WWE will affiliate her at all with the Wyatt Sicks, or is she going to, distinguish herself from
I hope not, bro, because what do you do with her in the Wyatt Sicks? I mean, you got Nikki Cross in there. You got a female in there already. What do you do with her in the Wyatt Sicks? Listen, man, we do the Raw review every week, and we constantly talk about lack of females being over. Alexa Bliss was over to some extent. I think she is far more valuable to the roster as Alexa Bliss. I think if you put her in there, man, I think you're just going to really muddy it more than it already is and make it much, much more difficult.
I agree. I mean, especially if you're trying to make it make sense as far as storyline perspective, it wouldn't make sense whatsoever because Alexa was with Bray. She became darker. She became like a Harley Quinn type of character. But the last thing we saw with any type of affiliation between Alexa and Bray, Alexa turned on Bray because it was the Randy Orton gimmick. Randy Orton burns Bray as the Fiend. The Fiend comes back a few months later for SummerSlam. Alexa Bliss is with him, but she's on the top of the box. She distracts the Fiend, turns around, gets RKO by Randy Orton, and Bray loses again. He gets burned, and the payoff was him losing again at WrestleMania, which doesn't make sense at all to me. So that's the last time that Alexa was affiliated with Bray. So why would you bring her back to a Wyatt stable if she turned on Bray as the Fiend? It doesn't make sense.
Well, because their style of booking is they would like to believe that everybody forgot that.
Right.
So they would just bring her back because she was once affiliated with Bray, hoping that everybody forgot what the last thing was they did.
Yeah, and speaking of that, speaking of forgetting about things, do you think Dexter Lumis will get one of those VHS tapes to have a explanation of why he's in there or no?
Bro, I'm assuming everybody's going to get that treatment because it's buying them weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it's doing. But, bro, they're going to run out of that, and then they're going to have to get to the next thing. And as you said, bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be Uncle Howdy against Chad Gable at freaking SummerSlam. Yeah. It's over. That's it. It's over.
Man, yeah. Then they become just like everybody else, man. Especially, when do you see? Because everybody gets a first loss. Where do you see, or I like playing over or under with you, as far as the game is concerned. And so let's do over or under. Someone from the Wyatt Sicks will lose a match by the end of the year. So that's about a little over 5 months.
Oh God, 100%.
Really?
So under? God, yes. Are you kidding me, bro? 1,000%.
Wow. Yeah. So who do you think's going to lose first between now and the end of the year?
It probably won't be Rowan. It probably won't be Howdy. It probably won't be Bo. It'll be Dexter or the other dude.
Okay. Joe Gacy. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. What? So like a handicap match? I mean, like a tag team match or just some random match versus the Creed
Just
brothers?
some random somebody's going to need a win. Somebody's going to need a win, bro. So they'll put them over one of them. Yeah.
Speaking of that, you know what I think would happen, which is going to be ridiculous, but I think you can mark this. I think I'm confident enough that you can mark this. Howdy beats Gable, right? And just to make it make sense, I think the Creed brothers will beat like Gacy and Dexter Lumis as a team. And so that would make, in WWE's mind, that would make sense to do the payoff be the 6-man.
Absolutely. So, that makes all the sense in the world to me, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, but I can see a payoff be a 6-man. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yep.